Just some advice to those of you who are being gang stalked and being targeted by narcissists. Know that if you are being targeted and being stalked and obsessed over by a narcissist, it is basically because narcissists deep down inside feel like human trash. They have no self esteem. They have no to low self esteem. And so, although they'll never admit it, deep down inside, they feel like human trash. And so the reason they obsess over you and the reason they stalk you is because one, they want to prove themselves to you. Well, first of all, they know they can't get with you. They know they can't get with you. And so they obsess over you for that reason. And so since they know you're too good for them and they know they can't get with you, they spend their lives studying you and trying to understand your formula for life. What is your formula for happiness? How is it that you can be so natural and be yourself and do you and be successful? And by successful here, I mean being happy. Being happy just by being you, doing you, not screwing anybody over, just being yourself. And so they spend their life trying to understand your formula. How come, you don't, unlike them who need validation from other people, you don't need that. So uh, since they need validation from other people, they need you to acknowledge them. They need you to to validate them in order to feel alive. And so they spend their whole lives trying to prove themselves to you. I say it again, they spend their lives trying to prove themselves to you because they know, and it's like it's a mission impossible because they know they can't. It's a paradox. It's an oxymoron. They can never prove themselves to you, and they know it deep down inside. But nonetheless, they spend their whole lives trying to prove themselves to you. Instead of focusing on themselves, instead of doing themselves and getting on with it, they are stuck on stupid. They are stuck on you. They are stuck. They spend their whole breathing moments in life trying to prove themselves to you. But it's a mission impossible. So they have given up on themselves. They have given up on life. They are focused on you. They trying to prove themselves to you, whether that manifests itself as, trying to show you that you're not all that, trying to say that your accomplishments are not, real accomplishments, or that anybody can do that, or I know somebody who can do it better, or this and that. It's basically them trying to prove themselves to you. They have given up on themselves. They're not believe. This is it. They're not doing themselves. They're not living. They're not living. And by doing this, by focusing themselves on you, by spending their whole lives resigning themselves to proving themselves to you, they have resigned to early graves in life. They're not living. They are living in they are burying themselves in early graves. So know that. Know that. And what's dangerous about this is that once they have given up in life, they have nothing to lose. And so they will do anything by any means, and they will use all means to try to get you to be their neighbor in a neighboring grave. So since they buried themselves and resigned themselves to early graves, they want you to be their neighbor in a grave next to them. So they will do everything to try to salt you up. They will try to do everything to ruin your life. But know that unlike you, they have they have nothing to lose, and so they have no dignity, and they will use any means in life, whether it's lying, cheating, going out of bounds. Unlike yourself, who is dignified and keeps it real, and and succeeds in life by doing so, they will do anything by in their means to mess that up. And so what they're trying to do is, whether by them trying to prove themselves to you and trying to prove that you're not all that, and they try to salt you up and lie and cheat and try to sabotage you, is because they want you as a neighbor in in a neighboring grave next to them, because they have resigned themselves, they have buried themselves to early graves. And know that. Don't let them do that to you. Don't let them do that to you. Know that that's what they're trying to do. And if you know that, dust them off your shoulders and let that dust fall into their graves, and set sail in life. Set sail to the horizons. And by you being yourself, you continuing doing you continuing on your path to the horizons, that's just going to be another nail in their grave. And I know that sounds mean, but that's the reality of the people you are dealing with. And if they're trying to do that to you, well, then by you nailing a nail in their coffin in their early grave, by setting sail in life and doing yourself and being successful, we'll say, hey, better them than you. Believe that.